Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you. All right. Alpha, I know I gave you an assignment, or I did not. I asked you to,
No.
okay. But I believe you must have repracticed what we learned last time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so this is supposed to be the last class. That is, if we are able to cover what is planned for this section. If we are not, it means we still adjourn till next week, Tuesday. All right, so far so good. We have been able, if I may just recap what we have covered so far using SQL as structured query language for analyzing data. Remember, it's only towards the end of that last class that I chip in some aggregate function when we were performing group by filtering. But this particular section is dedicated for just how we can play around these different aggregate functions in talking to our data for insights. Okay, just like I've indicated on my slide, the topic is SQL aggregate function. So we can change it to data analysis with SQL aggregate functions. Data analysis with SQL query aggregate functions. Now, generally, like we have established, this set of functions are used for aggregating values, that is, summarizing value, counting value, then finding the minimum, the maximum, standard deviation, and other ones that could be involved even in the course of implementing this set of function. So just to have it in a proper definition, so SQL aggregate functions are used to perform calculations. SQL aggregate functions are used to perform calculations on a set of values and return a single value. So this morning we want to go through some of the basics, some of the basic of this set of functions. Now, there's a way you can further manipulate them to become more advanced, only if you understood the last section. There's sometimes if you are creative, you can blend them together. So, if you are done writing, are you still writing? I wanted to move to the next.
Yes, a moment, please.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, the first thing is for us to use a database. So in this case, I'm still going to use our sales database, and I believe you still remember the syntax, which is what? Use,
Yes.
followed by the name of the database you want to engage. And then, of course, you always end your line of code with semicolon, and then Control Enter as a shortcut. So I'm getting an error which says unknown database. Unknown database. Okay, I think it says underscore.
Underscore data.
Yes, says underscore data. Perfect. So now we are in says underscore database. Now I want to view the tables I have there just to know which of them to use for this set of analysis. So I will write show table as we have been taught before now. Show table is to list out all the table in a particular database. So we have Amazon, we have sales. So now I want to view what I have in Amazon. So to see the entire values or records in any of this table, let's say Amazon, I have to write select all because I want to view all the record from which table or specify the name of the table, Amazon, and then end my code, Control Enter. So I have access to all the value. Okay, so good one. So now let's go back to our slides and start running these aggregate functions, starting with how to calculate the sum of the values you have in a column. So this could actually lead to a valid analysis question. For example, just like the data we have there, we have total profit, we have total revenue, and we have like total costs. So supposing you are asked as a data analyst to write an SQL query statement that can sum up all the total profits generated from all the country. And that is going to generate a single metric value. Here you are not, you are not categorizing the unique value. Under country, we have different types of country. So we are not doing that. What we are talking about, it is when which we have done, that is group by. But in this case, these particular ones that I'm focusing on, we always give us single metric results. That is, at the end of running your query statement, you get just one line results. That is what it means to be single metric results. So, though this data set does not align with the one we are working with currently, but we'll find a way of reconstructing this statement to be able to answer analysis question within the data sets we are working on. It's part of what you must know as a data analyst. It shouldn't be addicted to only one data set. Once you understand a logic, you should be able to apply it across different data. So just to explain the syntax, here is a salary database where list of employees have been captured. And what we have in that database or in that data set, we have a header title what or labeled salary. So probably this header constitutes all the basic salary of the employees. So what we want to analyze is the company wants to know, or we want to analyze for the company the total costs of funding the basic salary of the entire staff. So that is exactly what we are trying to explain here. Okay, so now the syntax is what I want us to write down so that once we switch to our framework, we'll be able to understand what we are doing, because I'm going to reconstruct it to fit with the data sets we are working with. So, like I've highlighted here, this query statement is to calculate the total sum of what? A column. And the column name is what? salary. So let's take it to the data set we are working on. So our analysis question, I will use SQL comments, which I believe you still remember, double hyphen and then space. So I will simply write what the tax. And what is the tax? Looking at this data, what is the total, what is the sum total of total profit? So that is what we want to analyze. So the syntax will be select. Don't forget, select is SQL keyword, which is used to retrieve value from a table. So select from, now we are not, because we are not after selecting everything. So select, we will now put the word, the sum, the function you want to use. Select sum, then you pass in the header. The header is total profit. So I think I will need to find out the way the total profit is written. Okay, so remember that it is case sensitive. So the total profit is written as the first letter is capital letter, and there is underscore followed by capital letter P. All right, so you close the function bracket. So after this, before you can now define the table where this particular heading is that you want to sum up all the values under it. So I'll bring in the from keyword, then followed by the name of the table, So I can just say Amazon and then end my code. Now, if I go back to the slide, I think we got it correct. So this is select, this is sum, this is from employees. In this case, is the name of the table. So let's execute and see what we get. Control enter, then we get an output. So as usual, as a data analyst, you are expected to study this particular outcome and make your observation in your executive reports. So that is how to go about that. Now, I want to do something like I told you the other time. These are basic aggregate functions syntax. But if you want to combine the knowledge of data filtering, which we treated in the last class, you can go a little bit more advanced. Now, which means that the total value, this particular figure that you get now, is the summary of all the profit generated from all the country, from all the item types sold. For example, you want to narrow it, you want to change the question now. And the question is, in fact, let me just take it as a different analysis question, but we are still within the summation function. So the question is, what is the sum total? What is the sum total profit? What is the sum total profit? Where let me see, I hope I have a underscore. Okay, let me see, I'll try and manipulate it. Where says channel is offline. So you can see in this case, because the current analysis you have there comprises the total profits generated from both channels, right? I hope you are with me.
Very correct.
For now, we want to narrow it to what? We want to get that same syntax, but this time around is for only one sales channel, which is offline. So my syntax is going to be select. Here I'm trying to twist it now to go more advanced than just summing without specifying what condition. So here now we are summing. with what? A defined criteria. So I will say select followed by the function sum. So I can double click to pick it from the library and then pass in the header with the value you are summarizing, which is still total, just the way we find out total profit. All right, total profit. Then from the table name, which is Amazon. Now you will not end here. You will not bring in the where clause. Where before you end the code. Where item type. So I need to run this particular code so that I can get the item. I can take note of the header description. Where the item type. Okay, so the item type is written the first letter, capital letter, and unfortunately we have not added what? Underscore. But let me see if I can factor it out. So now where item type. Now since it's not a single word, because that is what it means. Because if you try writing it like this, let's try writing it, you see what I'm getting. Item type. Where item type. So you can see that one is selecting with blue color, while the other one is selected with black color, which is to say that something is wrong. So to get this, I will just put it in inverted quotation. Just to bypass that, I'll put it inside inverted since I have not sorted out the space between the two words. So where this is equals to, so we are assigning sorry, I think it's supposed to be 6 channel based on our question. And our 6 channel has underscore already. So there's no need for this, except you want to go more than one criteria. So 6 channel, the first letter is capital letter underscore, and then channel, right? So where 6 channel is equals to offline. The way offline is written in your data set. All right, so perfect. Then if I want to add another criteria, I will now do what? And I hope you understand that from the previous class. And if I want to
Yes.
go beyond one criteria, I will introduce what? And then define that criteria header followed by the what? The value. So in this case, I'm stopping here and then run it. So this particular summation now is for only what? Offline transaction. So
Okay.
one thing about this SQL query statement is that if you are creative, you can join them together in a way that the usual basic thing become advanced. So that is for the summation. So you can go ahead and twist it the way you want it. Now let's quickly take the next one, which is average. Average is the next SQL aggregate function. Average. And what does average does? Average calculates the average value of a column. It calculates the average value of a column. So in other words, what we are saying is that you can calculate the average of set of values recorded under a column. So in our own case, or in this particular slide, I'm still working with that salary database or data set where I have a header labeled salary tracking all the basic salary of the employees. So we are answering analysis question that will help us to know the total average costs of paying all the employees the basic salary. So, you still writing?
I'm with you. Go ahead.
All right, so now let's quickly relate this to our data set. So the question we are answering this time around is, what is the total average? What is the total average? Total average, total profit based on our data. Total profit. Average of total profits. What is the average? What is the average of total profits? Let's put it that way, of total profits. So the SQL query statement for us to be able to deduce that will be select, and then activate the function average as AVG. So you can pick it from the library, and then specify the header as the criteria for calculating the average, which is the same total profit, total underscore profit. Okay, now total underscore profit, then from the table name, which is Amazon, and then end your code with semicolon. So if I run this, I should be able to get an output. So this is the average. So just like we did the other time, we can bring in a condition. Let's say we don't want to add everything. We want to find the average, or want to calculate the average based on a specified criteria. And the criteria is, we want to find the average of the total profits for only online sales channel. So we will now change it. So let me make that as my second question. So what is the total average for only online sales channel? For only what? Online sales channel. So the syntax will be select, followed by the function avg, pick it from the library, pass in the header, which is the same total underscore profit, then from the table name, which is Amazon, and then you go down and say where, because there is a condition this time around, where sales channel, where sales channel, where sales channel is equals to online, the way it is in your data set. Online. So like I said, we can go further and say, and order of priority. I know we have, let me run this so that we can get the information back. Okay, let's say where the order of priority is H. So let's make it 3 condition now. Let me try and write out the way the order is written in my data. Order of priority. So we are adding that as our second criteria where the order, and the order, there is no space between the two words, so you have to bring in that logic that I wanted to apply the other time by putting it in inverted quotation. So order the way it is in your data, order priority, and then okay is equals to H, is equals to H. And then I can end my code. So if I run it, there is error. I hope it accepted that header manipulation. Let's say, I think that is the error. That is the error we are getting. Oh, okay. So let me see if I can still manipulate it. It doesn't. I have to just leave it. So you have to go and well, the H, is it a capital letter at first? Let's check. Let me check.
Yes.
Okay, it's capital letter. So try it from your end as if it doesn't work, then you have to go and edit your data. So it's one of those reasons why before you load in the data, you should have corrected all this. So let me just so try from your end. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, then we just limit it to this, get our outputs. All right, so this is the output. So remember that if we want the output to have a different description, then immediately after this, we bring in what? As. Bring in as, and then we put it in a string. Because, okay, I want to describe the output as average. Total average. So if I run it again, it's going to output it and take the description I gave now instead of it generating it by itself. I hope you understand that.
Yes.
That's where you need another description. All right, so you are going to share your screen now and then run some of this code to where I stopped before I proceed to the maximum, minimum, and the count as well. We have count there. I believe we have a counts. We still have counts. Yeah, we still have counts. So I want you to share your screen. Let me enable you to share your screen and then and stop sharing. Are you done writing so that I can stop sharing?
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
Okay.
Can you see my screen? For that average total profit where it is offline and the other condition, there is no value for that. Can you hear me, sir? Are you there, sir? Hello?
Okay, sorry, I was attending to something. Okay. Yeah, I can see your screen. I can see your screen, sir.
I say for when sales channels
Okay.
is offline and the order of priority. Okay, is it order of priority or order ID? Okay,
Yeah,
order of priority.
there is order ID, but if you have that order of
Okay.
priority with under, okay, you have already modified your own, right? Okay, I think it should go.
Yes.
Okay, so around, let's see. Perfect.
Mm.
So perfect. Perfect. Okay. Is that all? I think there's another one. Have you done for that is for some, have you? Okay, you have done for some as well.
I've done for some. I've done for.
Okay, all right. So let's quickly
Mm.
proceed then. Let's proceed. All right, so let's quickly look at the next one, which is returning or return the maximum value in a column. So there are also analysis questions we can answer with the maximum. For example, if we want to know the maximum uh, total profits, but in this case now, from the syntax here, we are selecting the maximum what? Salary. So the company may want to know, okay, what is the maximum total profits generated from all the country? We just want to have an idea of it. So the syntax will be select mass is the function now. Then the header with the criteria for the analysis should be defined inside your parenthesis bracket, and then specify the location, that is the table, where that header is. Can I move to my framework now?
A moment. Let me just get the.
Okay.
Okay, can go ahead.
All right. So application of mass function. And what is the analysis question? What is the highest? What is the highest total profits? What is the highest total profit? So the syntax will be select, then the function mass, select the function mass, can pick it from the library, supply the header with the value, which is the same total profit, total underscore profit, right? So I would like the answer to be displayed with a unique description. So I'll bring in the as keyword and put it in quote. So I would like the answer to be presented as total, sorry, the highest,
Highest on salary. Highest underscore salary.
yes, highest, the highest, what am I writing here? Okay. The highest, you said highest what? Underscore salary, right? No, I'm changing it based on
Yes.
the highest total, based on the data we are working with. Total underscore profit.
Okay, yes, highest total profit.
Yeah. So as then from which table? Amazon. Then where, if you want to stay, so though this will give us the answer, but if you now want to narrow it to a particular variable, let's say for online sales or offline sales, that is where we bring in the where clause to be able to narrow it to that condition. So let me execute this one first. So this is this highest total profit. This is the value. So you can try it also. Let's say you can try it.
Yes,
All right.
I've done it. See, I'm getting
Yes, that's
171,992.04.
what I have here as well. All right. So
Mm.
let's take the next one. Let's take the next one. The next one is minimum. So the same thing. The only thing you do, you change what?
The
Remark
max.
to minimum. So let's also find out since the syntax is almost the same. Uh, let me put it in comments. Yeah, application of minimum function. So the analysis task is what is or analyze the minimum total profit. Analyze the minimum total profit. That is our analysis task. So the syntax will be select the function mean, the bracket, the same total underscore profit, and then close the brackets. I want the answer to be displayed as minimum of total profit is, then from which table? From Amazon. Okay. Now I can as well say where, let's add condition to this, where sys channel, your sys underscore channel is equals to offline, right? Offline, where sys channel is equals to offline. Do we have quantity? Do we have quantity?
Quantity.
Let me see. I just want to make it a third, three criteria. Let me see.
Quantity is the unit sold.
Okay, so unit sold. Let me see. Okay, unit sold. Okay, so let's say what? Where unit sold is greater than that the range of values we have here. We have 900 and something, we have 2,000 plus. Okay, let's say, let me write the header description down. Units underscore sold. All right, so I want to add the second criteria and unit sold. Unit underscore sold is greater than, let's say 1,000, greater than 1,000. So if I execute by pressing Control and Enter, so I get the what? The value. So this is the minimum where sales channel is equals to what? Offline, and the unit cost is greater than 1,000. So if I modify here, let's say I want to change it to what? Where unit cost is less than 1,000. Let's see if we are going to get a different value. Less than 1,000. You can see it now. So we are getting what? A different value. So it depends on the analysis question and the type of data you are working with that will lead to, drafting all these tasks. I hope you are still with me, sir. So try it as well. Try it from your end. Let's see.
I've gotten it, but I noticed that the second condition does not affect the answer. The answer remains the same,
In your own case,
which means
no, no, no. My own case, it wasn't like that too. I was getting different.
where unit sold is greater than 1,000.
Yes. And now look at it now. Let me change the symbol. This is greater than, right? This is greater than. So if I run it now, this is what I get, 1.5. So if I change it,
15103.47.
yes, so if I change it to less than and I run it, you can see what I'm getting is 6.
Okay, okay, you are changing from less than or higher
Yes,
than.
yes, yes, yes. That is only thing
Okay,
I'm changing.
okay, that is the condition you said. Okay, I thought you said
Okay.
I should run without second criteria
No, no, no.
and okay, 6418.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the next one is count return. That is count aggregate function. So count return the number of rows in a table. So there are also valid analysis questions we can answer with the count. Count return the number of rows in a table. So for example, we can say select count. That asterisk means you are counting all. You are counting all. Remember, we have established that before. It means you are counting all. So let's assume you are asked what is the total entry in the data sets you are given to analyze. So you can just run this code in SQL and get the answer. So once you are done writing, let me know so that I can move.
You can go.
All right. So let me use comment to also explain application of counts function. And what is the analysis task? How many records in Amazon data? How many records in Amazon data? So to answer it, the SQL query statement is select, then followed by the count function. Can also pick it from the library. Then put asterisk there, asterisk. It means that we are counting all.
What
So
is the what is the count of what? What is the
we are counting how many records in Amazon data. We want to know all.
okay?
There's no condition
Okay.
yet. We are just counting everything. So I would like the answer to be outputted as total count or total records. Total records is, so define the table name from Amazon, then I can end it here. So if I run it, I get the total to be what? 100. So this one is counting all, counting all. So if once you are done with this, or even as you are writing, let's assume you want to count just some set of record. We want to count only where sales channel is equals to offline. We want to know how many of such records are in the data set. So let me make that as my second task. So count only offline entries. Count only offline entries. We want to know how many of them. Perhaps there's a decision we want to make, and we want to know how many records have come through the offline. So we can just write select counts. So you will still put the all here. For example, let's put it here. So I'll say as the description should be total counts for offline only. Then from the Amazon table, and then because I want to bring in a criteria, I will have to use where clause. Where clause, where sales channel, where sales underscore channel is equals to offline. Okay, so if I want to add another one, I'll say and so on. So I'll end my code here. So if I run my code, I get the what? The results, which is very correct, 50. Now, you may also want to count for online so that you know the differences. So that when you are writing your final report, you will tell them, okay, this one is doing better. So for that reason, let's just count for online as well so that we can compare the results. So we say, okay, also count for online. So the syntax will be select the function count.
I'm not sharing your screen, oh.
Are you serious? No, I am. Maybe
Uh,
you're not seeing it. I am. Or maybe you have to stop sharing your own before you can see it. I am. Can you
I'm
see
not,
it
am
now?
I sharing? I'm not sharing, no.
Well, can you see it now?
It's now, yeah, it's showing now.
Okay. So asterisk, then I would like this to be outputted as uh total count for only online, and then from which table? From Amazon table. So where sys underscore channel, where sys channel is equals to online. Perfect. End your code, then run. So you can see that what we also have 50. That means, remember when we did total counting, how many did we got? We got 100. So which means that,
101.
yes, is it 101? My own is 100.
My own shows
So
101.
it's possible that you must have tampered with it during other analysis. But just run your own. Let me see what you are going to get. Whether one will be 51 and the other will be 50 to get that.
That is when it is offline and online.
Yes, yes, yes. Count them differently. Let's see what you get.
Okay. For online only is 50. Hello?
I'm with you, sir. You're asking a
I
question?
say for online only is 50. So for offline only, it is also
50.
it's also
What did you have?
no select all offline sales channel equals to okay, offline
What do you have?
offline. You you want me to share the table?
Yeah, share it. Let me see.
This is when I it for offline only for online.
Okay.
So if I run it, it's giving me 50.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes.
From the total is I got 101. The record is 101.
Uh-huh.
Can you see it?
Total record is 101, right?
Yes, yes.
And then when you are,
That is my own record, the Amazon record that I have.
yeah, okay. So how many are you getting? I want to know.
When I now do, when I do for online alone, 50. Then when I do for offline alone, I'll get 51,
Perfect.
which balances the total records
Yes, yes.
of 101.
That's exactly what I just wanted to find out because my own that means my own is 100, your own is 101. Maybe I must have tampered with it.
Maybe a record has been deleted.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So all right, so you can unshare. Let's see. Any questions so far?
No, 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 no. I'm good.
Coming. Right. So let me see. So the next one is grouping. I think we have done this one before, to remember, except you just want to remember.
Yeah.
We have done it. So that was supposed to be taken
Mm.
here. So in order not to, but have we done something like this using this keyword having? Having is a keyword. So what you do for me is
No.
so just copy this one, copy this one. Let's see how we can apply it. Because there's an introduced keyword, having. Having is a keyword. I know the one we did there was between. I know we used something like between. So having
Mm.
is another keyword.
All right.
Okay, so just see how you can apply it. I believe you should be able to apply it from what we have done so far. So here, department, like,
Okay.
okay, select department is one of the
I
header.
can say country.
Good,
Mm.
exactly, exactly. So just go ahead and do it. Let me leave. my screen. Then once you are done,
Do I share my screen?
yes, I think you should share your screen. Share your screen so that I can see since you have written it. Share your screen.
So I'm performing the having function.
Yes.
So let me coin a question from it. Um, Determine the average total profit or total cost. Let me use total cost. Determine per by countries having average total costs, having average total costs of more than 1,000. So it will now be select country, comma, average underscore this, total costs, total underscore costs. I want it to be displayed as average refugee underscore total underscore costs. From Amazon group by country having average total costs greater than 1,000. See what is giving me Oh, country was not spelled correctly. Correct.
Okay. Perfect. 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 You can just increase your screen. Let me see the output very well. All right. So I think this is the end, and I'm going to give you a project. So I think it's a project that we'll actually do next week, either Tuesday or Thursday, once we are ready with the project. Uh, in the project, I'm going to give you a topic that you are going to research on and apply it in the project. Then if you could not get it, then during that project presentation, I will give you the correction. So, are we good? I want to give you the
Yes.
project. Okay, so the project, you can write it down. The project is that get a different data set, not this very one you are working with. Get a different data set. So the part one of the project is part one of the project is to create a database, load in the data, and perform different filtering analysis using the techniques we have learned so far. You can make more research and add to it. Did you get that?
Yes.
That is the first part. Then the second part is perform different aggregates analysis with the SQL aggregate functions. So make sure that you answer so many questions. Twist them just like the way we are doing it. You can even go beyond that. And then the one I'm adding now is that you should be able to load, okay, you should be able to load, let's say, load two different data sets, at least in one database, two different tables, and then write an SQL statement that can select values from one table and the other table. That is what you have two different tables. Let's say, for instance, the first table you have country. The second table you have let's say the second table you have let's say states. And now you write an SQL query statement that can select header from the other table, select header from the first table, and join them together. In other words, you are going to use a keyword called join. Join. So write it down, write an SQL. As I said, load at least two different data tables in one database and select columns from the both data tables. Select columns from the both tables. So you can choose what you want to extract from the first table, join it with what you want to extract from the second table. So use comment to explain your observation. In fact, take your observation or your conclusion to PowerPoint, just like the way you did it the other time. So at the end of running all your analysis, study all the outcome and then summarize it with PowerPoint. as a document you are going to tender to the company that will guide them in decision making. So if the project is ready on Tuesday, you let me know. If it is ready on Thursday, you let me know. But please do not allow it to exceed Thursday next week. So that brings us to
Okay.
the end. So you can still research more with what I have taught you. I believe if you add little research, you can do better. All right. Have a nice.
Okay. Okay. There is one area that I wanted to be cleared on, which is
Okay. Okay.
subqueries.
Okay. Have you researched on it?
Yes, I'm doing a research on it, but I'm not yet grounded in writing subqueries.
But this particular one that I asked you now, I think it falls under subquery. The one I asked you to. The one you have done, have you been able to get anyone?
The
The subquery you have researched on, have you been able to implement anyone that has worked for you?
mm, not really.
Okay, just for you to give it time, it's not something difficult. Just that I did not capture that in the training because I believe there are things you can research on your own. There's so many aspects of it, but training will capture what's matter then. Because that subquery will bring in working with two different table, multiple table, and all of that. But with what you have done now, if you continue the research, you should be able to get it.
No problem. I'll do that. Thank you very much. Then this other class that you started Tuesday, Thursday, I will still want to be part of it
Which one is that one?
until I saw that you are doing a new class starting from Excel
Yes,
to
yes, yes,
Python.
yes,
I
yes.
don't know if you have started
No,
or
no, no. It's starting. Today is Thursday now, eh?
mm,
It's starting today. It's not in the morning, 8 p.m.
yes, I will be available now. You know, there's one thing we've not concluded on Power BI, that DAX function.
Have we
Mm,
really concluded Power BI?
no, not yet.
I know we left it. We left a topic because of the urgency of this
Of this
SQL.
SQL. Yes.
But then you were like, you want to start something. So I now suspended that topic that I will come back to it. But that
Yes.
Friday, the other guy was not even around, the guy that was doing this with you. So I just took advantage of that and switched to this. Unfortunately, I couldn't join. Yes, we'll just find time to do it. It's not something difficult. Okay, um, so you say you want to join that one we are starting afresh, you. It's a new class.
I don't mind. I'll just be following up and refreshing my until I get something doing.
Okay,
I'm looking forward to having some interviews anytime soon.
okay,
I have gotten some calls, and
okay,
maybe by next week, I think
okay,
I should be
okay.
having an interview.
Okay, there's a group I've created, so I will add you to the group then so that you can get the Zoom link. Created a group for
Okay.
there are about two, so you come in now will be three. We'll add in.
Okay.
No problem. To start today by 8 p.m.
Okay, that will be fine. I'll appreciate that.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, sir.